All right, welcome back to the Shortcut Live, your daily video show about consumer technology. We are in the heart of New York City. We also have Adam Jessica in the UK, but with me is Max Bondano, editor at theshortcut.com, and Kevin Lee, creative director of theshortcut.com. And we are here talking about everything consumer tech. We're talking about a Samsung Galaxy S26 leak, Logitech GeForce Pro X2 Superstrike. It's a review on theshortcut.com by Adam Jessica, who went out to Switzerland to kind of tour behind the scenes at Logitech, which is very cool. We have an OpenAI story about how ChatGPT is getting tested with ads. Sink or swim. It's going to be something that a lot of users gravitate towards because it remains free, but it's also going to be very annoying because it's ads. No one wanted that. We have previews about PS5 games that are coming out. You know, we're talking about them ahead of Thursday's big reveal and more, all about consumer technology. Let's go past the rundown into our first story. Drop us some comments. We always love the comments, and
we love the comments. Matt hates the comments, which is why you should keep commenting. Every time you comment, me and Kevin get $1. Adam does too, but I don't know if it's $1 in the UK. It's probably whatever currency they have. £1. What is a pound?
Yeah, we got our first comment already. Saying first from Nodik.
That's a meaningful comment right on Instagram. So we're streaming on Instagram, on X, Substack, and not Twitter, YouTube. That's the other one. One of these days I'll get the rundown, right?
That about his comment, the first comment, the way you said that, it seemed like you didn't actually appreciate that comment.
I think it could have had more substance instead of costing me $1 for first
dollar.
There you go.
Yeah. No, now you're just going to invite people.
That's like Marco Polo.
Second, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's get to our top story so I stop losing money. And it is Samsung Galaxy S26 specs leak revealing almost everything. They still haven't revealed when we're going to see this phone, but
yeah,
we have the inkling it's going to be February 25th. Is that right? From the rumor mill?
Yeah.
What's in the latest specs leak that we see? Because this is going to be a big phone. It's Samsung's big phone. Every 6 months they have one. I'd say the Fold is very exciting, but this story from Win Future kind of reveals what their bigger phone, their bigger seller is gonna give us in a couple weeks.
Yeah, so we've been tracking Galaxy S26 rumors for a long time now. This has been one of the biggest leaks that we've seen. We always get these gigantic sort of like information dumps right as we're getting close to seeing the phones officially for the first time.
That's how you know it's coming.
Exactly. So now we get like the full list of specs. Courtesy of Win Future, who got picked up by 9 to 5 Google. We get basically the lowdown on all of the hardware parts that are going to be inside of these phones. The general gist of the story is nothing is happening with these phones. There are a couple of semi-interesting spec upgrades. Beyond that, these are extremely similar phones to last year. Same size screens, roughly the same size batteries, same designs. There's like a couple of like headlining spec upgrades, faster charging across the board, it seems. So wireless is going to go up to 25 watts on the S26 Ultra. You get 15 watts on the regular S26, S26 Plus. The S26 Ultra will get a 200 megapixel f1.4 main camera. So that aperture is going to be a little bit bigger, so you can take better nighttime photos and videos. Slightly bigger battery on the S26, and then that's like kind of it.
Looks identical. Right. And I am interested in if the camera actually changes in any way, shape, or form. Like you mentioned, might take better, what I think Samsung calls it, night vision mode photos. Right. That is a key thing, and I just want Qi charging. They're Qi charging with the MagSafe capability.
Yeah.
And don't break my heart here.
It's not coming, Matt. I'm sorry.
I'm out.
Look, we were anticipating Qi 2 charging up until like a week ago, I think.
Yeah, I was anticipating it last year. And what Samsung's official statement was, we don't know that users really want this. What their unofficial statement was, we don't feel like changing the design of the phone to squeeze in the magnetic coil that they need for Qi 2, proper Qi 2 capability, which, the certification for Qi 2 requires having MagSafe. Otherwise, it's called Qi 2 to make it.
They already showed their magnetic cases too.
Right.
And
Yeah, so those leaked.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that leak because I don't want it to be true.
That's what it is.
It's
the spec sheet would have absolutely confirmed whether it was Qi 2.
So let's run a story on the shortcut.com. I've been wanting to do this about devices that are launching where they automatically won't get a perfect score.
Yeah.
Right. Because I mentioned this about remote controls and TVs. If they don't have Find My or something like that, when I lose my remote, happened over the weekend when I'm trying to watch the Super Bowl, right? It's like, where is this thing at? Oh, I wish Find My was the thing. Or just like, so they had that in older TVs too, right? Where you could go up to the TV, press a button, and find your remote. Automatic, not a perfect score on the TV.
Yeah.
You know, give me that basic feature. It's not
exactly.
On a phone, it's 2026. Give me proper Qi 2 magnetic capabilities. The Pixel Snap has it, right? Or, you know, the Pixel has it with the Pixel Snap. So kind of disappointed by that. But the rest of the leaks look really like a solid phone, an iteration of last year.
No,
right?
it's definitely not like these phones are going to be bad whatsoever. These will be good flagship phones for 2026. Like you'll get the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. You'll have up to 16 gigs of RAM in the S26 Ultra. You know, slightly improved cameras, all the AI features you could want with One AI or One UI rather on top of Android 16.
Don't give Samsung any ideas with this One AI comment that slipped.
Scary.
That they would.
No, they will. They will run with that. I'm not going to get
shoehorning in AI. They're like, oh, we can actually make it part of our naming convention.
Exactly. Which they could. There's been some leaked marketing materials for these phones.
Right.
They're sort of renaming them from smartphones to AI phones now. So it looks like AI is just going to be a huge part of the selling point for these phones because there's nothing else exciting about them.
That is what we're seeing. It's going to be more powerful, sure, but give us something to do with that power, right? Like the AI capabilities last year were pretty good.
Yeah.
It was able to handle. It's the first phone that was able to handle multimodal functionality.
Right.
Like the ability to say, give me restaurant reservations, but make it friendly for pets in San Francisco. That's where the event was, and make it so that it's like vegan friendly, right? You could like have a bunch of things in there. You know, we didn't have to ask one specific question, right? You can almost like through verbal communication apply a filter to the restaurants. That was very smart, right? And that was the first phone that did that. You know, Google updated the rest of their phones to have that a couple weeks later, but Samsung was the first out there with that. Now it's like, what are they going to introduce next? And so I'm interested in seeing what their kind of unique selling proposition is.
It's really hard to tell right now. It's probably going to be. What did you have?
200 megapixel camera, probably.
But like that's been in there.
No,
it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
So last year, like the 50.
Nope.
No.
So 200 megapixels is a thing that they've touted. It can do 200 megapixels, kind of like the iPhone can do like 48, but it actually doesn't use the full sensor in a lot of cases.
Down to like 24 or 12.
Right, unless you turn on the specific like Pro mode. So that's where the difference between 200 megapixels and like I guess 50 comes into play. So
just for clarification's sake, the S26 and S26 Plus will both still have 50 megapixel main cameras. The only one getting the 200 is the S26 Ultra.
Got it.
Yeah, that's where that distinction comes into play.
And that line has had 200 megapixel cameras for a while now. It's just with the S26 specifically, it's getting a slightly wider aperture. So there will be a little bit more room for the lens itself and the sensor to collect light.
Gotcha.
And is that superior to the Trump T1 smartphone's camera?
The one we talked about yesterday.
What a question, Adam.
Yeah.
This is we're going to need to do some extensive testing, I think, to decide this.
The T1 phone will say it has a 200 megapixel camera, the best 200 megapixel camera out there.
It might be the only 200.
It might not live up to expectations.
You've never seen a 200 megapixel camera
like this. No. You walk into a room and everybody's like, "Wow, that 200 megapixel camera."
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
The other cameras, sad. Anyways, moving on. Quickly moving on to Adam's top story on the shortcut.com right now. It's the Logitech G Pro X2 Super Strike. What a name. You have a review. What'd you think of this, Adam?
Yeah, it was really odd trying to talk about it yesterday without telling you guys how I actually felt about it. It was a bit of a strange embargo to have the mouse, to have seen it, how it's developed and everything, but not be able to give my verdict on. It's absolutely fantastic. If you are a pro gamer, or if you just like using mouse and keyboard when you're playing your favorite PC games, this mouse potentially sets the new standard for others to follow. Being able to click quicker than you've ever clicked, well, more like the system registering it faster than it's ever done before. It just gives you this weird, it's not like a cheat code, because obviously it's completely legal. It's not doing anything that hasn't technically been a mouse can do before. It's just redesigned the way it functions. It just gives you such confidence, and it brings over all the best bits from Logitech's previous mice, like the super light. So it's 61 grams. It's got fantastic sensors in there. It's customizable. You've got the Logitech G Hub if you want to tweak it to your liking. And I've just been, I can't see myself going back to regular mechanical mice, a bit like my old trusty Apple mouse, which needs to be charged upside down. Thanks for that. It is $180, so it is expensive. It's a top-end, high-end mouse, but it's actually the same price as Logitech's previous flagship, which was the Super Light. That's got a slight discount at the moment, but it just means it's kind of replacing it in a way. But yeah, I do think the HITS technology, which is this haptic inductive trigger system, which is easy to remember, it just works wonderfully. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It is a little bit strange. It kind of reminds me of, like, the best way I think of it in my head is when you went from a BlackBerry keyboard, a QWERTY keyboard, and then you use touchscreen for the first time. And it feels a little bit strange, but soon you're typing faster than you ever could feel like you could do it on a physical keyboard. Plus you get all the benefits and just that instant feedback when you're pressing the mouse buttons. And yeah, read my full review for more. It's an excellent product, and I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone thinks about it when it gets out into the public.
What a tease, because I want more information about this. I know we, showed some of the photos, but seeing the pros and cons, there's only one con in there. It's one of the more expensive mice on the market, kind of expected. But if you're going to use this, how long do you expect this to last? Like several years, right? For somebody who makes this purchase.
Yeah, the thing that's so surprising about this gaming mouse, and I've had a Logitech G Pro when they first launched that a long time ago. I've had different lightweight mice. It feels so well built and durable. You'd think with having the haptic system, you'd get accidental mouse clicks, or there'd be some like shaky buttons in there. It's not. It's rock solid. It feels fantastic. It's durable. Yeah, I think it's going to be, it's, what it feels like. And I think this is a difficult situation that happens to companies sometimes, probably Apple being one of the main ones. It's like, where do you go from here now? Like, genuinely, the shape feels perfect. The buttons are excellent. And it just, now with this new tech, that's kind of been like the missing piece, or a piece that people haven't thought about before. Like, how do we make a simple click more efficient, more reactive? They've done that now. So I guess maybe tweaking it and getting, it's one of those groundbreaking products, but I do expect others to have their own versions of it and see what they can do. It kind of always is the case when someone sets a new standard to follow. But yeah, It's excellent. If you, like I said, then the thing that I really like most, which I mentioned in my review, is it's not just benefiting pro players. Yes, a pro player is going to have superhuman reactions. Yes, they're going to play a certain game more hours in the day than we ever could. But knowing that when I click, even with my slow aging response times, I'm getting a slight advantage over other regular mice is amazing. And I don't have to do anything different. I'm literally just clicking and it's going through. And I just really loved it. And I feel the results, because I haven't played Counter-Strike 2 for a long time. Started playing it again, and I'm topping the leaderboard. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I'm doing better than I remember doing in those games.
Do you feel like that is cheating? I know you said it wasn't like, someone who has this mouse has an advantage.
You definitely have an advantage. Absolutely, you have an advantage. And it's actually interesting you say that, because I brought that up to the Logitech developers at the event. I said, are you worried this mouse could get banned in these esports events? And they were like, we don't think so. It's been used in tournaments since September. People are loving it. And again, fundamentally, the technology already existed. It is just how can we click a mouse button faster, basically.
Right.
So
There's
it's
like
all
even-
legal. It's just redesigned and a new approach to doing it. But yeah, if that's the tagline, it does kind of feel a little bit like a cheat code. But it's more the confidence it gives you that when I click, I know I've clicked. I hopefully clicked faster than you, and you've died now. So it's worked. It's the way I
Makes all
look
the
at it.
difference.
Yeah. There's
it
even
does.
like more quote unquote cheat keyboards out there that where you can like hit A and D over and over faster than the other person. You
Yep.
side strafe faster than the other person, and you get the headshot, or you don't get a headshot. Yeah.
And
Just bringing that to the mouse.
And it's not just registering your click faster, because like Kevin said, there is games where clicking a lot makes a difference, like League of Legends, MOBA games. You have to click the mouse repeatedly, like StarCraft if you're moving around. This also has the technology in it with rapid trigger system where you can fundamentally click faster because you don't need to press down as much. You don't need to lift off as much. You can get that like little jiggle going on, which professional players actually do with mechanical mice, which is kind of crazy. Again, like we could never do that, but you can go on a simple website like clicks per second and try it. And you can go from like maybe averaging 6 clicks every 10 seconds to close to 8. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you put that over a minute, it's huge.
Adam, with the scientific terms, has a little more jiggle to it. So that's science, folks.
I have a potentially dumb question about this mouse.
Go for it from an outsider's perspective.
The speed of the clicks, is that predicated on whether, like, I realize the hardware is optimized for it too, but is it affected if you pair the mouse over Bluetooth? Does it have Bluetooth and USB, or is it?
So it doesn't have Bluetooth. It uses Logitech's wireless technology, which is light speed. You can use it by wired as well, but this thing can go up to an 8,000 hertz polling rate. So that's like to the point where that puts a bit of pressure on your CPU. It's that responsive.
And it has a little dongle, right? Is that how Lightspeed works? Because that's how
it has a little
XM4.
dongle. It has a little dongle, but what's quite cool is if you own multiple Logitech G products, and I don't work for them, that's just from experience. If you have the keyboard and the mouse, both of them can use like the same dongle.
Oh yeah, so with the unifying receiver, I think, right?
Yeah, I have one of those with. I have one of those with the Logitech MX4 mouse that I use. That's like more of a creative mouse that has like some hidden Adobe functionality. That's really cool. So I already have that. I use that. It's plugged into my Mac Pro, and super interesting. I just find that there's sometimes a little trap door where this thing is stored. Some of the mice have that. I don't know if this one in particular has that, but that's always a good thing.
Yeah. If you travel, you can put the little dongle, because basically a nice feature as well, if you do buy the I forget what they call they have a mouse pad as well, which
the power play.
The power play, exactly. You can put a little puck into that space, and then you have a wireless mouse which charges itself while it's on the mouse pad. So they've kind of thought of everything if you want to get into that ecosystem. But again, the battery life on this is excellent. You're looking at, in ideal conditions, 90 hours.
Wow.
That's very good. Yeah, all right. So to wrap that up, it's $180 if you check out Adam's review on theshortcut.com. You will be able to see just the full review, the pros and cons, and also there's some affiliate links in there if you want to support the channel from Logitech, Best Buy, and Amazon. So if you make your purchase there, feel free to click on our buttons, and you will be able to make a purchase for. They're all, I think, $179.99. So not in stock yet on Amazon, but Best Buy does have it available. Yep, you can add to cart right now, and same thing with Logitech's own store. So definitely something to pick up. One of the better mice that we've tested at theshortcut.com, and a very good review. Jose left a comment saying, actually, welcome back, Jose. You're on YouTube. No chance for us console players now. LOL. The gap is even further, right?
You can't plug in a mouse and keyboard into your console now, either Xbox or PS5.
Right.
You can, but obviously it won't take advantage of the super strikes, extremely low latency, and all the rest of it.
We got a super comment from Atomic Dog. Support the program. go to YouTube/@MattSlater and drop a super chat. Have your questions or comments read by the best tech panel on the internet.
Look at that.
Thank you.
I love that, right? Not only best tech panel, like there's no specification of the only daily tech panel because like we're the only ones out there doing a daily show.
We are the single best. That is
right.
Accurate.
So that was just across the board, which I appreciate. So thank you for the super chat and thank you for your comment in general. It just reimburses me for having to pay these guys their alleged fee. So
I love how their avatar is one of the original Xbox 360 avatars as well. That's a nice throwback.
Right. So we appreciate, the $5 donation goes to reimburse paying these guys anything.
We got one comment from Jose who just said hi guys, or hello guys.
That's $1.
That's $1.
Jose, you're still $3 in the red, Matt. I mean black.
Sure. All right, so let's quickly move on to the next story. That Logitech stuff was interesting, so feel free to rewind that if you're just joining, because we see a lot of people joining right now. And then the Samsung Galaxy S26 leak, it's coming soon. So there's a lot in the first half of the show. Let's talk about OpenAI, because there's two news stories out there. One about testing ads in ChatGPT. So we knew that was coming, even though last year they said, oh, that's going to be like the worst case scenario for them.
Right. Yeah.
Worst case scenario. It's here. It's here, folks.
And then Matt saying at some point, he was like, oh, guys, I'm going to do my best with the shortcut and the business and everything. Worst case scenario, we just get in office and start a live show. And here we are.
Worst case scenario. Thank you, AI.
We are exactly like OpenAI at this point.
We're
the same business model as OpenAI, I think.
No, I remember you guys saying, if you need more money, you're just going to fool me into saying that you get $1 for every comment. So there you go.
I mean, you just said it right there. Got it. Thank you.
Sure, Kevin. That's not going to hold up in court. OpenAI testing ads. What do we think about this? We also have a news story about OpenAI having their hardware. It may ship in March 2027. So that's over a year away. But let's start with the ads. ChatGPT is getting ads. How's the breakdown? Am I not going to see ads if I'm paying for ChatGPT?
So in some instances, if you are paying for ChatGPT, you will see ads.
Okay.
So this initial test, it seems OpenAI is only going to run it for free subscribers and for Go subscribers. Go costs $8 a month. If you have that subscription, that gets you like some pro features, but not everything.
It's the lowest tier of a pay user.
Right. You're still going to see some advertising as you're communicating with ChatGPT. If you subscribe to the pro plan or the business professional, whatever plan, no advertising for you. This is only going to be run on the free and the Go tiers as like a way for OpenAI to sort of make back some of the money that they're losing on the free tiers. The ads seem like they're not that intrusive. That's what I'll say. So I had one pop up for me yesterday when I was communicating with it. And it just appeared at like the end of the dialog box when I was
not
like
the
done asking my question. Yeah, it doesn't pop up at the beginning. It's not immediately there when you open up the ChatGPT app. It's not like there's a banner ad. I'm not getting notifications about it. OpenAI said that they're not going to use your chat history or any data that they have on you to tailor the ads. Now, that's not really great for like the advertiser's perspective.
Right. It's not contextual.
Right.
Based on what you're searching.
Nothing's contextual.
And that's what they want. So that's coming.
This is much more of like a billboard situation than like Instagram ads. Like I don't think anybody's going to fall into like the same trap as Instagram ads where they just buy stuff because it's like looks so perfect for them.
Sure.
This is just going to be like, I saw like Bed Bath & Beyond is going to like start running ads apparently.
Bed Bath & Beyond, which filed for Chapter 11 a couple like 2 years ago, right?
So this seems like a Hail Mary for everybody at this point. We might want to start running ads.
Right. Yeah. There we go.
But yeah, so it seems like the experience is going to be like kind of sort of low key, like not too intrusive. It's not going to harvest your data or anything like that. They just want to show some ads like after you get your results for your prompt. I feel like that's fine. They have to everybody has to make money.
Listen, folks, it's not going to last. That it's going to get contextual, right?
It's 100% going to get contextual
because they say this now. Like Facebook's best, return on investment for an advertiser is the fact that it can mine data and match with whatever that person searched recently
Yeah.
or what groups they're a part of. For example, one of the best T-shirts, I was pitched through a Facebook ad was I was probably part of like some Penn State groups and some Philadelphia Eagles groups. And there was an advertiser that did T-shirts, and it must have done it for every college football and NFL team out there in pairings. And the shirt says, and it had like a Nittany Lion logo, like not official, on Saturdays. And then and it had an Eagles logo, again, not official, on Sundays. I instantly bought that T-shirt. It was great. It was tailored to me.
Obviously.
But it was because I was part of two separate Facebook groups that would never exist in a billboard, right? You couldn't have that like just filter on for a user to see. That's the difference between buying a Times Square billboard, where it's like you're gonna have mass appeal or mass audience, but it's not going to appeal to everybody, versus a Facebook ad. It's going to be very niche, and you can make it like that and make 24 of those across all the teams or so. Something that was a genius ad. I feel like ChatGPT has to do that same thing to when you search something.
There's absolutely no way that they don't eventually make these things contextual.
Right.
Like I just don't think you have a sustainable advertising business model unless you do that, right? Like you can't just run a billboard company. This has to be the Instagram ad, but for AI. I just seems so inevitable to me. They've said numerous times, this is just a test. This is what we're testing right now with our prints. Oh, go ahead. I think we had a comment.
Yeah. Atomic Dog says, not our first rodeo, meaning us, the audience of all these ads. Ad monetization starts small, and then it becomes unbearable, so the end user ends up paying to skip the ads. I mean, we do that with YouTube, with like YouTube Premium.
The thing about ChatGPT is different. Is like you go to it for a solution. You don't you're not constantly opening ChatGPT app to like check the news or whatever, unless you are going to like, hey, what's the latest on this? Yeah.
The people that I know that use ChatGPT are using it like at least 3 to 4 times a day for something.
Yeah.
Like they're going into this app at like rates that are like getting to Instagram opening rates or like TikTok opening rates. Like they're constantly relying on it. It's like Googling something at this point. Like it's not like, maybe for us, we're using it maybe maximum 2 times a day. These people are like using it way more often as like time goes on. Like this is becoming the new everything app.
Yeah, my brother uses it a lot, to the point where he'll just be walking around and just be like, "Oh, ChatGPT."
Yeah,
and
it's your best friend.
Yeah, he said he apparently asked it like how to care for the plants in his garden, and he went around like my brother's a bit, special in a way, but he really leans into it. But the funny thing is, I have to. The funny thing is, he actually revealed that he was calling it ChatGTP for the past 3 months, which made me laugh.
I get
of course, you're calling it wrong.
Yeah.
But he uses it way more, and I think I think a lot of people do now. They just like getting the answers. They like the back and forth you get with AI. And if you're someone who's new to something particularly, we all use Google even now to go, how do I do this? How do I fix this in DaVinci Resolve or whatever? People like just asking AI.
Yeah, they do. And I get it, because it's taking from the best sources, usually some of our articles. But I think we have a first clip for the show. Like, Adam throwing his brother under the bus right there.
Yeah.
Can't beat that one.
Clip.
Sibling love.
He's going to tell my parents.
Oh, 100%. You're in trouble, right? When I go to your wedding, Adam, I'm gonna bring this up. So don't worry.
We'll have the clip for the slideshow, whatever presentation they got.
Right. All right. So we have one more story about OpenAI, and it's completely different. It's not software based, but it's hardware, and it could ship in March 2027. Kevin, what do you got on this?
So there's like a new court filing. It's from a trademark lawsuit, and it basically OpenAI's vice president said OpenAI hardware won't ship until March 2027. So that's like one more confirmation there's hardware, and second, the confirmation at least a buy date, or like at least it'll be after this. So it's good news. This lawsuit happened because audio startup called IYO made a lawsuit against OpenAI after it bought Johnny Ive's IO company. So, and then the vice president also confirmed that they're not going to use IO for the brand name for their hardware. And as far as we know, OpenAI's hardware is going to be a pair of earbuds, like AI based.
Right. That's the heart of the story, is that it's going to be earbuds where it's not going to be like something you wear around your neck. It's not going to be just a pendant.
Friend.
Right.
Friend
like the
pendant
Friends.
thing. Yeah.
Right. What a bold decision to buy that domain name from that startup Friend. And so it's not going to be like the AI pin. It's going to be a pair of earbuds, which I guess makes sense because, you know, earbuds is already a popular method for like listening to music, but having them in the ears to also be an AI powered device, I guess that's the most natural way to do it.
Yeah, no, I think we were talking about this a couple weeks ago. It seems like it's going to be like it's some gadget that like sits on or around your ear or something. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily earbuds, right? I don't think we heard anything about it being like an AirPods replacement.
I think that's like
something that just like almost clips onto your ear.
Right. Okay. The expectation is it's something to do with the ear. So
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Solution. Yeah. Although, you know, Apple just announced, or Apple leaked, you know, those AirPod 4s with the camera.
With cameras in it for AI capabilities. So like a visual intelligence, as they call it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'm interested in seeing what they come out with. I am not bullish on OpenAI entering the hardware market necessarily. They have a lot of users.
Another Hail Mary.
Another Hail Mary. That's you know, that's what Sam Altman.
And you'll hear ads from those earbuds maybe more often. That's where they could.
I want to be walking around and walk by a store and be like, "Hey, Best Buy's running a promotion today, by the way. How the hell did you know I was near a Best Buy?"
Right.
Yeah.
That's very Minority Report at that point. But yeah, we'll see what OpenAI comes out with.
This is the future that we're just spearheading towards. I feel like.
Yeah. And consumers hate it. So that's what we're all about, protecting the consumers as the #1 consumer technology on Substack. So subscribe to us. Thank you. All right. So Kevin and Adam, you have this next story about a company, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but the Next 2 gaming handheld. They have a flagship device. It's a 9-inch OLED screen. Tell us about this gaming handheld.
Yeah. It's the Ayaneo Next 2.
Ayaneo. So AYANEO Next 2.
Yeah.
Ayaneo. All right. Tell us about this.
It's a big ass gaming handheld. It's a 9-inch OLED screen. It has a Ryzen AI Max Plus 395. That's the highest end internal graphics chip they have. So this is like, I use it for 4K regularly attached to my TV, and I've got it in like this little gaming box. Just imagine that in a handheld. It's got a lot of power. It only has so its resolution is actually 240 by 1504, and it's 165 hertz, 1155 nits of brightness. This is a device that could totally drive that kind of screen.
Right. So how is it different from the rest of the PC gaming handhelds out there that we've seen, Adam?
So this is basically just, if money's no object and you want to create the fastest, most powerful handheld, let's put that in the old Dr. Evil quotation marks, because we're getting to a point now that these handhelds are just, one, they're completely unaffordable. I mean, this thing, if you really get all the maximum specs, you could be paying up to $4,299.
What?
Which is insane. Early bird,
so
$3,499. So that's great. But the lowest starting price for this, because like Kevin said, it's using AMD's top of the range Halo Strix AI Max Plus 395 chip and loads of RAM, loads of storage, OLED screen, great resolution. The lowest price is $2,299. Now, I love handheld gaming as much as anyone. This is just ridiculous. Ayaneo have a really, they're quite interesting because the speed that they release new handhelds or different types of handheld is unprecedented. I've never seen a company be able to do it. I don't know how they do it, because obviously when you launch a product, even if it's expensive, it usually has a period of time on the shelf until the new one comes. Neo seem to launch a new handheld every 6 months.
Yeah.
They're really
And
leaning
they're-
on the Neo part of that name.
Right.
Yeah,
They're all-
and then
They're all like
Sorry,
different
Kevin,
form
they're not-
factors.
they're different form factors. They're not cheap. They're usually really high spec, but I just don't know what their. I mean, we need to find out what their business model is. I mean, maybe they're running ads, or something. But I don't know how they do it because it's an unprecedented level of hardware releases.
Right. It's not like we see them on the subway and people are like playing them
No.
nonstop to the point where it's selling so well they can move on to the next one. So that's a little odd. I don't know where their funding comes from, but it seems unlimited.
It does literally seem unlimited, and the power in the Neo Next 2 is unlimited. It is a handheld which is probably more powerful than a PS5,
Yeah.
I'd say. It's getting to that level, but again, in that form factor, it's going to get very hot. The battery's going to drain extremely quick. It'll probably be one of those where it has, I'm pretty sure it has like an external attachment for the battery to slap on the back of it. I don't know if you'll be able to take that on a plane. I think you might have to get special permission just because of the battery in that.
I plugged in a 165 hertz, a 65 watt gaming laptop into a plane back seat, and didn't cause a plane to crash or anything like that. Didn't drain the battery completely.
They know you were doing
Hold on,
that, though, Kevin.
I'm getting a signal from the TSA. Kevin is now banned on all
Yeah,
flights.
FAA, you
going
mean?
forward.
You're
Yeah.
right.
No,
You can only fly
you're getting pulled
Spirit
over.
from now on. That's all you're allowed.
I plugged in a gaming laptop into a plane, and nothing happened.
Yep. All right. Just emitting things that are contraband that you're bringing through with security. That's all.
There's something else about this gaming handheld. It's 13 inches wide, so it's bigger than a Subway sandwich. And it weighs 3.14 pounds, so it's as heavy as a MacBook, basically. Just
Love that
in your
stat.
hands all times.
Yeah. So handheld, it's just
Handheld.
Okay.
handheld. Unless you, what's that massive guy who used to be on Game of Thrones, the mountain or whatever.
Oh, the mountain.
Yeah, maybe it's a handheld for him.
Yeah.
But like, even if you've got big catcher's mitt hands, you're gonna struggle with this thing.
So,
But it's
like, why not at that point? Why not just like buy a gaming laptop and just put controllers on the side? Like,
Or just have a detached
two-in-
controller.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm feeling. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah. It's
Like,
a
no
bit.
wonder it's like
It's
so
just
much
a
money.
handheld
Holy
form
crap.
factor is so handy. It's like I go to my handhelds
At 13 inches though.
That's a little big, but it's also got the most powerful graphics chip in it.
Okay.
So I want it.
All right.
Of course. I
don't
mean,
get
you
it.
found the target audience right there. It's
Yeah.
Kevin.
It's just him though.
Mhm.
I'm pretty
feel
sure
like
there's a
every
bigger
time I
handheld as well.
Yeah, it's gigantic. I feel like every time I see the name Neo,
Right.
I'm like, this has to be some like weird startup that just like they just got VC funding like 2 months
yeah.
ago.
Mhm.
Like I don't think I knew they were actually like shipping products.
It's
If I'm
basically
being
like
totally honest.
Yeah. They've been around for a long time, and like Matt said, you don't see Neo products in. I've never seen one in the wild,
Yeah.
but yet
Yeah.
they come out, regularly. A lot of the times they do go to Indiegogo, and they kind of have like a crowdfunding thing as well.
Okay.
But
That makes
still,
sense.
it's incredible. Yeah, it makes it kind of difficult to buy one because if you buy this, they'll probably come out with a 22-inch handheld in
Right.
3 months' time, which
They're-
crushes it.
They're based in Hong Kong. They were founded in 2020. So they've been around for 6 years.
Are they
Yeah,
the ones working on
crowdfunding.
the slider phone, like the slider gaming phone, or is that somebody else?
Yes,
Is that the Pocket Play?
I
I
think.
think it is.
that-
them, yeah.
That was a Kickstarter that
Okay.
we've seen. So yeah, it's same company.
yeah.
But a lot of their funding came from Kickstarter. So people keep coming back and saying, "Oh, I want these devices," whether it's
Mm.
the handheld Pocket Play or a much larger handheld, as in the Neo 2.
I just don't actually believe that thing's 13 inches. I keep looking at it. I'm
Hmm.
like, how are you supposed to reach any of the controls? Because
I
like
need
there's
a-
like some buttons kind of like low on it. No.
I need a banana next to it for context.
Your
of
hands
how
are
big this
basically up
is, right?
here, and then the rest of it's down here.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
King
like-
Kong said it's fine. King Kong has no
Guys, I
problem.
handled an 11-inch handheld at CES. It's like holding a surfboard or a paddleboard.
Right. So
I would
13
imagine.
inches, that's something else.
Mhm.
But we'll see how this fares. We'll see if we ever see it on the subway,
Yeah.
where someone's surfing using this really large device. So that's super interesting. Let's go on to the next story. More gaming news, but something a little more mainstream. Sony has its state of play. That's usually its like little keynote where it has reveals new games or new hardware. This is going to be on February 12th, so in a couple days. February 12th, jam-packed day for the show. What can we expect, Adam? 60 minutes long. Tell us what your predictions are.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, Sony's State of Play has become their kind of like Nintendo Direct, where they do a live show. It's all curated, and we get new games, new hardware announcements. I think at the last one, we got the those Pulse Elevate speakers that are coming out this year. We've seen the PlayStation Fighting Stick that was also revealed. But this is an interesting one because, like you mentioned, it's 60 minutes and over, which actually makes it the longest State of Play Sony has ever done. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the best, but it means there's plenty of time for announcements to be made, and it means that it should be quite a jam-packed show. I mean, we're expecting to see games that have already been announced, but hopefully a few surprises. We should see more of Marvel's Wolverine, which is obviously a massive game for Sony coming out soon. We're going to see Marathon, which is the next game from Bungie, and we'll see Saros, which is kind of like a sequel, spiritual successor to Returnal, which was one of the best PS5 games in my opinion. But we could also get some hardware-related news in terms of the PS5 Pro, because the PSSR, which is basically Sony's proprietary upscaler for the PlayStation 5 Pro, they've been in collaboration working very closely with AMD, and they've kind of been teasing for a while now, late last year, that they're going to improve PSSR substantially, which should improve image quality, could lead to some performance gains, and it basically means that those PS5 Pro enhanced games, if they use this new technology, could look even better. Now, that's super exciting, and that kind of takes me back to, the reason I love consoles, because usually you buy a console, and over the lifespan, games start to look better. You start slow, and it just builds and builds and builds. And this technology, upscaling in particular, is advancing all the time. We see with NVIDIA's DLSS, AMD's got FSR. If Sony's got a great upscaler that it can bring to the table, that will have a knock-on effect with the PS6 because they'll employ it there, and same with the PSP too. So it's going to be an interesting show. Like you said, it takes place on Thursday, February 12th. The State of Play broadcast begins at 2 p.m. PT. Is that specific time, guys? 5 p.m. ET, 11 p.m. CEST, and that's 10 p.m. my time, GMT.
Adam, does this mean you're going to stay up and time shift to cover this live on the shortcut.com?
I'll time shift, yes.
I just asking. It wasn't demanding.
When you ask, it's a loaded ask, and you know it is, because I can't say no to you. And also, I will be watching the show, which you know as well. So
right.
I'll probably be covering it in a live blog on the Shortcut to just bring you the biggest announcements from the show, in case you...
It was less than a year ago when Adam was tweeting about one of these types of shows. It was either this or Nintendo Direct. And I was like, why don't you just write that stuff on the shortcut.com?
You see?
It was a question.
Yeah.
Question or command?
A question which has led to me live blogging every event since, no matter the time, including one that finishes at 4 a.m.
It works. I mean, time shifting.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think the one thing I'm actually low-key kind of excited to see is just more Wolverine stuff. Oh, yeah. Like, that game does look really cool.
Mm-hmm. And it's been in development for a while. So it's one of those games where, hey, it's going to be good because it's
a lot of time to bake. It. Yeah. There's some rumor where they think like Daredevil might be involved in it somehow, which is, I saw like a lot of people were getting super hype about that. So yeah. I feel like if there's anything that comes out of that event, I just want to see more Wolverine gameplay.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's go to our last story that we're going to cover. It's something that just popped up on the shortcut.com. We covered it, I was 4 hours ago by Reese. It is the fact that Discord is bringing age verification to unlock adult content and age-gated spaces. This is a huge change for Discord, which is known to be, I don't know, it can be a little bit, users can be a little bit nefarious on Discord. Like there's, I don't want to say lawlessness.
On Discord?
Shocking. No. Yeah. So if you're going to have some chats about illegal activity, that's technically where. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Illegal activity.
You realize that implies you've probably had.
no,
That's
So-
just all. That just sounds like you're alluding to something.
Yeah.
no, I
Clip that.
What Discord groups are you on, Matt?
Clip that for the FBI.
Okay.
because the next
Oh,
words are about,
I'm sending it to the
First
FBI.
life thing on
No.
this.
the next words are about to say were even more scandalous. I was able to penetrate a bad group that was stealing money from the PS5 restock
Oh, yes.
seekers, right?
Oh,
They
yeah.
stole like $10 million from my followers and all these people who wanted a PS5.
Wow.
$550 at a time. I tracked them down and I just pretended to be a member of their group.
Mhm.
And where was it? It was Discord, and it didn't get shut down for like months. So I just kind of like watching which verified, back in old Twitter, verified accounts they were hacking, and it all happened in Discord. So they're succumbing to advertisers, and there's IPO that's happening with Discord. So they're going to do this very backward, compared to what they've previously been doing. Age verification for the platform. Adam, do you have some more information? I know Reese put up the story, but they're going hard on authenticating users. Could kind of backfire on what they're doing.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, Discord kind of has this reputation of being this free space where people can congregate and share their favorite interests and create their own communities and stuff. And now knowing that it needs age verification, so when you start the app and you join Discord, it's going to basically launch into this teen appropriate experience, they're calling it. I don't really know what that might entail, but interestingly, Discord said they're recruiting a new teen council that understands the needs of teenagers. And this council is aged between 13 to 17 and will be comprised of 12 teens. That's a lot of power for these 12 teenagers to have. I know
I
Reddit
was gonna
moderators
say,
get a bit.
That's yeah.
Empowering teens
Yeah.
to
And
self-regulate.
they said it will help ensure Discord understands, not assumes, what teens need, how they build meaningful connections, and what makes them feel safe and supported online. So I guess that's a good initiative that Discord are doing that, because you don't want adults telling you what teenagers like or what they should be, but at the same time, you're making them provide verification of their age, so you are telling them what they'll be able to access and not access. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting. This sounds strange considering it. I'm more than old enough for all of these, but I've been trying to dodge these age verification processes like no one's business. Xbox is trying to make me do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done any of them so far. Somehow I've managed to survive and just go, I'm not doing it. I'm old enough. I've had an Xbox Live account for years. I'm not giving you my face and all my details. But
I understand
we'll
that.
see.
Yeah,
Same
it's
with,
probably a little more draconian in the UK than it is in the
God,
United
yeah.
States, where it's been state by state where they're coming out with these draconian laws that you can't love that, because it breaks down the wall of like staying anonymous. And there's the pros and cons to it. It's you want to weed out these bad actors, but at the same time, handing over your data, it smacks
This
of
is
It's also like requires ID. It's not just like verify your date of birth. That's like a whole other step.
Sure.
More than
well,
every time Steam asks me my age to see a game or buy a game, I'm like,
and it's and that's the thing. Like you said, it is there's two sides to it, but you do have to either take a selfie video for age estimation, submit government ID to Discord's vendors partners, and then they're saying, and again we have to take the word for it, that those videos only ever stay on your phone, or the ID that you sent will be like deleted, close to the same day. And particularly in the UK, which is quite archaic in its cybersecurity. I mean, there was a nursery recently that was hacked and all the information leaked. It's like, it's not even the case of like, oh, I'm worried big bad government's gonna take my ID and stuff. It's like, I don't trust them to keep that ID safe. That's the problem. And this is another example of that.
Yeah, I don't know that I feel like forking over my ID to Discord just so I can say bad words.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little that's a little bit crazy for me.
it also puts like kids even more danger, I feel like.
Yeah, kind of.
We got a comment from Atomic Dog saying, this is on YouTube. I don't trust the facial recognition thing. I will be skipping that and be forced to sit at the kiddie table, absolutely. Like
Kinda, yeah.
I'm all for this in terms of like skipping this over because Discord going for its IPO, they're obviously taking drastic steps, but not if a lot of the users rebel against this, maybe that will change their policy or soften it. Adam, you were talking about this teen council that they're recruiting. You said was like what 13 to 17.
Yeah.
As these teens on this council become more experienced and good at advising Discord, they're going to age out of that council. So that's kind of a interesting thing where they're just going to, I guess, you got to think the 15, 16, 17-year-olds are going to have the most impact on that council. They're going to be gone from that council
in just a couple of years.
Yeah, months too for some of them.
Yeah, and Max will know because you've just turned 18, Max. So you could have been on that.
Go ahead, Adam. Yeah,
unfortunately.
No, yeah, definitely could have, right? Yeah.
You've aged out.
We actually put him as a candidate, but he just aged out. I've been not doing the ageist jokes on Max for a while, but Adam just full throat.
Don't put ist on the end of it. That makes everything worse.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Adam, oof. Bring
this is, what's so funny? I feel like there's certain sites that go so hard at like trying to verify how old you are. Meanwhile, if you like want to buy liquor on the internet, you can just go do that because like you can.
Not very hard.
If you go to like there's plenty of like brewery websites that I've explored to like figure out good beers and stuff to get for the weekend, and it'll pop up right in the beginning. Are you 21 or over? All you have to do is click yes, and then you can buy beer. Like you can't get in, like you can't get served at bars unless you show your ID. Like there's like a lot of laws around liquor sales in the United States. Online, you can just go buy it. And that, but like on Discord, no. You have to submit your face. You have to send a video selfie. You have to then show your government ID, which needs to be approved and matched to your video selfie. Wow. And unless those two things don't match perfectly, then you're going to be denied access to say bad words on Discord. So and you can go buy all the alcohol you want and then go to war afterward.
Yeah. And here's something that's, I saw today, they were talking about it. You're going to need ID for Discord, but potentially not to vote. It's weird, isn't it?
I needed ID to rent a scooter in San Francisco, one of the Lime scooters, because it wanted a license and it had trouble scanning. It was dark at night. I was with a friend and he had to scan his ID just to get us
to get on a Lime
two scooters to get on a Lime scooter.
Was there an age thing or was it just to prove you're a real human being?
I think it was an age thing and maybe a liability thing.
I think they want to collect damages in case you destroy or send your scooter.
It is with renting cars too.
Yeah. Right.
But now it's on a scooter. Rent a car till you're 25. So this is the first year that I've been alive where I can rent a car.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. No, there was a company years ago that reached out to me. And it's like some weird online rent a car thing. They wanted to send like a Jeep Wrangler to my house.
Amazing. Amazing perk of the job.
No, fantastic. I couldn't do it because I needed to like fill out all this information. And I was like, I'm not 25. Can we skip this? They're like, sorry, we can't. It's against the law.
So coming to you live, Max is going to start reviewing cars. That's his thing now.
I will start reviewing cars however I possibly can. Even if I have to bend/break the laws, I will do that.
Well, now you can. You don't have to break the law.
Okay.
All right. Except on Discord, where we're all not going to use this ID verification thing.
Exactly.
All right.
I wonder if you can use a fake ID, though. That's my big question. Can you get a fake and submit it?
Well, what you can do, I don't know if you've heard of the game Gary's Mod on Steam. It's this weird popular game where you can just do whatever. There's actually like a really crude like human character face, and people are using that and manipulating the system, and you can make its mouth open and turn his head and stuff, and it actually works. Wow. So people are doing that.
Okay.
So, all the illegal activity, right?
I'm saying it's possible. I'm not recommending it.
I'm going to try to lie to Discord and see if I can get in. I'm going to use my fake ID.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to do.
I think we had a good comment come through. Right?
Yeah. Sorry. Can we?
We need to get that slide. Hold on. We had breaking news in the Slack. Adam is being a complete jerk to me now.
Okay.
I don't appreciate
Listen,
this.
folks, we are having so much fun on this show, putting it on
It's
every
with
day.
love.
So, yeah, we did have a couple comments. We have Jose saying previously the 2K for a handheld is crazy. I might as well invest in a top tier PC at that point. Jose, thanks for your comment. Totally agree. I'm gonna, because of the comments you've been putting out there, I'm gonna owe these guys 2K. So funny irony there. Jose also said, hoping for an announcement of new gameplay. This is for the Sony live stream was doing on Thursday for Intergalactic, which is a game. Remind me the publisher of the game, Adam.
Yes, that's Naughty Dog's next big game, and that's a really good point, Jose. I don't know if it will be shown, but if it is, that would be a real highlight for a lot of people, because Naughty Dog's been really quiet this generation, just basically doing remasters. So it'd be nice to see a new game coming soon.
I still want another Uncharted game, but I'm interested in seeing what they do with Intergalactic. Uncharted is one of my favorite games out there from way back when, but I know they closed that story arc with Nathan Drake. So, and then Atomic Dog. I don't trust facial recognition thing. We skipped that. We kind of mentioned that earlier. So we are all caught up on the comments, but we love the comments. We see Andre join and Robert Clark and Richard. So always leave a comment. Charge up my credit card on these $1 for every comment.
That's right. Allegedly.
So, but yeah, those are the stories on the shortcut.com. That Discord story just went up. Very interested in seeing where that goes. And if people rebel there's our Ender. Max's first car rental right there. It's powered with Yabba Dabba Doo power. Where you just,
it's carbon neutral.
What's Yabba Dabba Doo mean?
It's just like Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
What's Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah, exactly.
What's really aggravating about this is that I don't think I owned one of these as a kid, but I do remember riding around with it.
Well, that's why it's going to be your first rental. So car reviews coming to theshortcut.com, courtesy of Max.
The first one to be reviewed is that one.
It's
cool. I can confidently say as well, Johnny, I've had no hand in designing that interior as well.
No, it's the other prodigy, Ronald McDonald. Definitely
the other prodigy,
right? Absolutely.
Oh, I wish I could flip you all off right now, but I don't want to ban
right
platforms.
So Joe Bondano says, "Oh my God, Max loved riding in this. LOL." So there is a little bit of issue.
That's
outed.
Yeah. Let's not publicize this anymore.
Love that.
Poor Max, says Atomic Dog.
Thank you, Atomic Dog.
Naughty Dog, says Jose.
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog is the publisher of the game.
Thank God.
Not tying into not tying into your riding dirty in the Fisher Price.
Riding dirty, gonna catch me riding dirty.
Anyways, that's our show for today. We're right at 2:00. It's an hour-long show every single day. We'll have more announcements tomorrow. We talked about Samsung early on. We talked about OpenAI, and we talked about Logitech G Pro X2 Superstrike. That is a review on theshortcut.com right now, the #1 consumer tech site on Substack. So do subscribe, help support the site, help feed these guys. We're doing something that AI can't steal, and that's what we're all about. So join us in 23 hours when we do this all over again with even more breaking news from the world of consumer technology. Hit subscribe, hit like, and see you tomorrow.
Yeah.